This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And that's what we have this morning for you, folks. Some rain out there, wet pavement, and more cold temperatures.
That is right. It is Wednesday, January 3rd. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, and it is a little cold outside. And not quite as cold as it was yesterday, though, right?
Not quite as cold, but looking at that picture, it just looks cold, doesn't it?
Stay inside.
It does. It looks, yeah, really. We're looking at temperatures that, yes, they're running about 6 to 8 degrees warmer than yesterday. And yes, the wind speeds are down just a little bit. But you were saying they're still having a wind advisory over the Skyway. There
is, yeah. High wind advisory over the Skyway if you have to head over that.
Watch for
today,
that.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's the rain that's the big issue this morning, and some of those wet roadway surfaces are going to be very slippery out there, so allow yourself a little extra time and distance between cars. Temperatures generally running in the upper 40s. That's about a 6 to 8 degree above 24-hour ago temperature. We have those rain showers that'll be with us through the morning hours. You can see another band just about to move on shore across the region, stretching from really Manatee County all the way down to the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. And snow showers to the north. Yes, indeed. They're starting to end now in Tallahassee, but still up along I-10 into Jacksonville. There's going to be some snow on the ground as well as some freezing rain. It is going to be a travel nightmare. We'll have our forecast, which includes some of that colder air to the north heading our way. We do have a freeze watch up for parts of our viewing area. Talk about it in a minute.
All right. The bearer of good news, John Scalzi. Some early buildup there on Manatee Avenue West as you head out toward Perico and the Barrier Islands, otherwise pretty clear in Manatee County. Some buildup there on University Parkway eastbound heading toward Whitfield Avenue, also getting out of Lakewood Ranch on University Parkway. And farther south, nothing to report at 6:02 on your Wednesday morning.
Our top story this hour, the winter hurricane making its way up the East Coast from northern Florida all the way up to New York.
ABC's Candace Gibson has more now from New York City.
A monster winter storm taking aim at the entire East Coast.
This is not something that we experience on a regular basis.
This morning, parts of Florida under a rare winter storm warning. Schools closing today in Tallahassee, including Florida State University. And in Jacksonville, the airport canceling flights, the city's mayor with this warning.
These are conditions that we're not accustomed to here in Jacksonville, and we're encouraging people to stay off the roads, specifically in those drive times.
To the north in Georgia, a state of emergency. Areas of that state could see snow for the first time in a century. The storm is expected to hug the coastline, dumping snow from the Carolinas to Maine. It comes as a blast of Arctic air shatters record lows across the country.
I can't even describe it. It's unbearable. I'm wearing 2 hats, 2 pairs of gloves. I don't know.
Wind chills 50 below zero in North Dakota and Minnesota. In Chicago, crews lighting fires to keep rail switches from freezing. And overnight in Brooklyn, firefighters battling this massive apartment fire in 18-degree weather. 3 firefighters suffering serious injuries. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Look at this. One person killed, another seriously injured after a chain reaction 22-car pileup in Buffalo yesterday. Nearly 75 cars were affected during this blizzard on I-90. Even more snow is expected there today.
Now here on the Suncoast, dozens of homeless in Sarasota County are taking advantage of a cold weather policy at the Salvation Army. Major Chuck Whiten says they had an additional 66 people spend the night previously 2 nights ago, and they expect even more tonight. He says when the weather gets below 40 degrees, they do waive their usual $12 nightly fee, and they plan to waive it throughout the week if the temperatures stay this low.
If it's a danger to folks to be out in the cold, then we do have the shelter operate as a cold weather shelter, which is different from normal operation, just in the fact that people can come in free of charge to escape the elements.
And 2 other shelters in South Sarasota County will be open as well. Grace United Methodist Church in Venice and New Hope Community Church in Northport. Then in Manatee County, the Salvation Army is open as well as Turning Points on 17th Avenue West in Bradenton.
And weather also making consumer news now. Delta Airlines is issuing travel waivers due to the snowy weather up north. They're allowing passengers flying from nearly a dozen northeastern and mid-Atlantic airports to change flights without a fee. More than 100 million people right now are under wind chill warnings or advisories, and freeze warnings remain in effect along much of the eastern seaboard.
Happening here today, closer at home, the juror in the Jimmy McNear case that claimed he couldn't get a fair trial because of a racist jury is set to appear in court.
You might recall McNear was one of 3 people convicted in a fatal overnight home invasion back in 2015 where they killed a couple in front of their 5 kids. Our Marla Spence is now live outside the Manatee County Courthouse. Marla, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ray and Stephanie. That's right. That juror will be walking into the Manatee County Courthouse this morning after a judge, a public defender, and also a state attorney all met early December to determine if that juror should be interviewed after considering and saying that racism played a role in the deliberation of a man convicted of murder. Now, this comes after she submitted a letter back in November to the courts that later claims racism played a role in the deliberation of Jimmy McNear, a man who was on trial with Therese Jones and Trey Nanumbre. All 3 men broke into a home of Cantrell Brooks and Esther Dianis and shot both dead back in 2015. The incident was all caught on security video at that home located in Bradenton. And in that trial, that juror claims she was poorly treated in the courtroom by other jurors, and she says she thinks it was due to her race and her gender. She also says she doesn't think that anyone could get a fair trial if they are of color. And so this morning, starting at 8:30, she will be in that courtroom where she will be interviewed by a public defender as well as a state attorney. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Marla. You guys can find more updates on that case online at mysuncoast.com, as well as the ABC app. You can find more on all the winter weather advisories that we've got here and abroad. You can download the updated version of our app. If you've got an iPhone, just head over to the App Store. You can look under WWSB or My Suncoast and re-download it. If you've got an Android, you're going to get that update automatically. Well, happening across the Bay Area in Tampa, security guards fatally shot 2 people at a pop-up nightclub that was hosting a teen night last night. A Hillsborough County Sheriff's spokesman says a series of fights at the club prompted organizers there to close the doors at about 10:30. Now, deputies say while up to 200 people were leaving the building, security guards heard gunshots. As the guards searched for where the shots were coming from, they saw a person firing a gun from a car. Now, both returned fire, killing a 25-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl.
Caught on camera, an incredible Coast Guard rescue in Florida's Panhandle. Look at this. Guardsmen rescued an 89-year-old man whose car went into the water in Panama City. They had to break a car window to free him. He is now in stable condition after this successful rescue in the Panhandle.
And new this morning, FEMA has reversed a policy that previously prevented houses of worship from accessing disaster relief funds. Now, this comes after a lawsuit filed by 3 churches damaged in Hurricane Harvey last year. The disputed policy allowed community centers and other nonprofits to receive FEMA emergency funds for certain repairs, but specifically excluded houses of worship like churches, synagogues, and mosques. Well, the new policy applies to disasters declared on or after August 23rd of 2017.
The University of Florida will try to help end hunger in Africa with a new nearly $9 million grant. The university's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences says the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will fund hunger research over a 5-year period. The main focus, developing healthier feed for livestock of poor farmers and also create environmentally friendly farming methods. The director says these improvements will increase the quality and quantity of food produced. It'll also target research on ways to reduce chronic diseases.
And the Florida State Fair is looking to hire over 300 workers for this year's festivities set to kick off in Tampa next month. Part-time and seasonal jobs are available, including event services, ticket scanners, and more. Now, those jobs would last from mid-January through the fair's end on February the 19th. Shifts and hours vary, so if you are interested, you can fill out an application online at floridastatefair.atsondemand.com. We've got that for you on mysuncoast.com in case you missed it. And Ray announced earlier that you want to be the candy cotton.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be the
cotton candy maker.
Yeah. Can't eat the stuff, but I'd like to make it.
I was going to get a great tennis elbow.
That's true.
Lots of workout in the one arm.
Did you have one of those toys as a kid? A cotton candy maker?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
You take the little cardboard thing and you run it. Oh, you would have loved it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Reminiscing about our childhood.
You were busy, weren't you?
I was.
Yes.
I was quite a character.
We've got some ice accumulations to the north of us. The reports from spotters are coming in now. We'll detail those in a second.
Also ahead, first alert traffic and a new war of words between President Trump and North Korea.
That's right. We're going to tell you why that controversy over a nuclear button is heightening tensions. We'll be right back.
Here's a peek outside our window. Damp out there. This is Jacksonville. Frozen rain and cold temperatures continue. We'll have the local forecast after this.
It's time to take a road trip.
Huntsville is a must-see destination. Is this your stop?
Roger.
Marvel at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Wow. Step into the past at Alabama Constitution Village. All aboard! The golf is stellar, and even the food is out of this world in the Rocket City. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We've had some rain showers over the course of the last few hours in progress across the region, so the roadways are wet. And because it's been a while since we've had these rains, the oils that are embedded in the roadway surface have kind of lifted to the top. So some of those roadways are pretty slick out there. Allow yourself a little extra time and just be aware of that. The dew point value is at 45. The air temperature is at 46. Pretty close together. So we've pretty much cooled as cool as we're going to get. That's pretty much going to be our low temperature, 46. So a little warmer than it was 24 hours ago. Wind out of the north at about 10. That north wind is going to draw down some of the colder air that we see to the north of us, where the temperatures are freezing in Tallahassee, pretty close to it in Gainesville and Jacksonville, and that north wind will draw that down tonight. We have a freeze watch in effect for Hardee County. We also have a wind chill advisory in effect for tonight. Same with the freeze watch for tonight through tomorrow morning across our coastal regions. 45 in Bradenton, 46 degrees in Sarasota. Venice coming in at 50. Inland temperatures about the same, 47 degrees in Mayaca, 48 in Wauchula, and 50 in Arcadia. Lots of rain showers across central Florida, snow showers across North Florida, and freezing rain as well. Travel nightmare up here. We're starting to get reports from spotters of icy conditions on roadways, anywhere from a glaze to a 1/10 of an inch of ice. Oop, there goes another one right there. So this is going to be a real problem up to the north of us, where we just don't have the salt spreaders that are necessary to combat ice. We're just going to have to wait till it melts and stay off the roadways until it does. Rain showers in progress across the region, as I mentioned, through about the morning, mid-morning hours, through around lunchtime. Then all of this will start to lift out of here, and we'll be left with some clearing skies. Until then, a lot of cloud cover around. Our daytime high temperature will probably be about the same as it was yesterday, coming in around 58 degrees or so, 59 degrees. We'll have some holes in the clouds, particularly in the second half of the day, as the low pressure area responsible for all those snow showers up the Atlantic coast begins to lift to the north. As it does that, we'll watch the snow showers go with it and some drier air begin to filter in. A frontal boundary sinks south and kind of falls apart as it does so, but that north wind draws down that colder air, so tonight is going to be a chilly one. And in fact, the next 2 nights will even be a little bit on the cooler side, so we are looking at some pretty chilly temperatures indeed. Future forecast shows that lifting away of the rain showers and snow showers to the north of us, and we get into some drier air as we head into the afternoon. That drier air will allow for cooler temperatures tonight. We'll probably have some clearer skies as well, and that's why we have the freeze watch up for Hardee County and the wind chill advisories tonight for all of our coastal counties as well. So it is going to be a cold one tonight, no doubt about it. Winds will start to pick up, and some of those winds will gust to in excess of 20 miles an hour, just as it did yesterday morning when we had that really frigid air in place. The thing is, it gets colder. It gets colder Thursday night and Friday night. So we'll see the temperatures really fall off. Northeast wind picking up later today to about 20 knots for boaters. Not a great day for boating. Cold night tonight, yes, but the next 2 nights will be even colder with temperatures dropping down into the 30s. As I mentioned, we get pretty close to freezing temperatures in Hardee County tonight. And then as we head finally into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we start to warm, get a lot of sunshine. Nighttime temperatures move away from the freezing mark. And then as we head into next week, we'll have another front come through, bring us some rain showers, but it won't be nearly as strong a front as these last couple have been. Back to you.
All right, taking a look outside at your first alert traffic. It is cold outside. There still are some wet patches out there. So take it slow, maybe leave a little bit early if you have to be out and about this morning. A little bit of a slowdown if you're coming into Manatee County from Palmetto or Ellington. A little bit of a slowdown if you're heading out to Bradenton Beach as well. In North County, just a little bit of a slowdown out there on University Parkway, and then another one a little bit on Clark Road. If you're heading into South County, that road is actually looking pretty good. All the roads in that area are looking pretty good this morning. And don't forget, there is a high wind advisory over the Skyway if you need to cross the bridge early this morning. All right, it is 6:18 this morning, and the war of words continues between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. This time, it's all about the size of a button.
Stephanie Ramos has more from Washington.
President Trump and the man he's called Little Rocket Man, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un, are squaring off on whose nuclear button is bigger. This back and forth prompted by Kim Jong-un's threat against the U.S. in his New Year's Day speech. He says the U.S. should know that the nuclear button is on my desk. The entire U.S. mainland is within our nuclear strike range. President Trump responding on Twitter, posting, "I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works." But before the president's latest tweet, he seemed open to talks between South Korea and the North after Kim made a surprising proposal to talk with South Korea about the Winter Olympics. This morning, that key cross-border hotline between the North and South is now open.
North Korea can talk with anyone they want, but the U.S. is not going to recognize it or acknowledge it until they agree to ban the nuclear weapons that they have.
And while the president's Secretary of State and Defense Secretary have said over and over again they're taking the diplomatic approach with North Korea, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs offered this dark assessment over the weekend.
We're actually closer, in my view, to a nuclear war with North Korea and in that region than we've ever been. And I just don't see I don't see the opportunities to solve this diplomatically at this particular point.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, says if North Korea carries out another missile test, which they're expected to soon, they could face even more sanctions. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
And North Korea wasn't the only thing President Trump was tweeting about last night. He also announced via Twitter that he would be holding his own award ceremony, saying that he'll be, quote, announcing the most dishonest and corrupt media awards of the year on Monday at 5 o'clock. Subjects will cover dishonesty and bad reporting in various categories from the fake news media. He says to stay tuned.
Happening today in Washington, Congress is back in session today, and on the Senate side, 2 new members will be sworn in. Alabama Senator-elect Doug Jones will take the oath on a personal Bible, Former Vice President Joe Biden will escort Jones into the Senate today. You might recall he defeated controversial GOP candidate Roy Moore last month in a special election to fill Attorney General Jeff Sessions' former seat. Plus, Minnesota's lieutenant governor will also be sworn in to the U.S. Senate today to replace disgraced Senator Al Franken. Tina Smith will serve until later this year when a special election will be held in Minnesota for the final 2 years of Franken's term. Franken resigned in the wake of a sexual harassment allegation or two against him. Former Congressperson and presidential candidate Michelle Bachmann says she is considering running for Franken's seat later on this year. She did not seek re-election for Congress back in 2014 amid questions surrounding campaign spending in her presidential bid. And one more note from Capitol Hill. Longtime Senator Orrin Hatch from Utah says he is not going to run for re-election. He's 83 years old and he's served 7 terms.
Just 7 terms, 42 years. Imagine all the changes and the policies and the presidential campaigns that he's been through. What a history he has.
You know who might run? Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
We
that would shake things up in the Republican Party as well.
We associate him with Massachusetts, but apparently he's got some roots in Utah.
In Utah as well.
So we'll see. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. A multi-state search continues for 2 girls after their mother was found dead on New Year's Eve.
That's right. We'll tell you why investigators think the girls might be with their mother's roommate. We've got that story for you right after this.
Here's a peek outside our window. Some clouds and some rain on the ground. We'll have John's complete forecast in about 10 minutes.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
All right, just a quick reminder, do you have a story idea for us? We would love to hear it, or maybe your own photos of how you're staying warm this morning. We'd love to hear those from you, see any pictures from you. So touch base with us on Facebook. You can follow us right there on Twitter, or our brand new Instagram page that takes you behind the scenes of everything going on here at ABC 7, including Ray's big giant box of Kleenex that is on the desk this morning.
I'm well equipped with coffee and Kleenex. It's that kind of time of year, folks. Welcome back, 6:25 right now on your Wednesday morning.
That's right. And there's a desperate search for 2 missing Texas girls, and it's intensifying this morning after the girl's mom was found dead in their home.
Unusual story. ABC's Marcus Moore tells us why police believe the girls could be with the mother's roommate.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a multi-state manhunt for 7-year-old Lulu Bandera-Magray and her 14-year-old sister, Lily Griffith, missing after their mother, 44-year-old Tanya Bates, was found dead on New Year's Eve.
Our concern and our focus is bringing these 2 girls home safe.
Police issuing an Amber Alert, asking for the public's help to find the girls, who they believe are with this man, 44-year-old Terry Allen Miles. He lived with their mother in Round Rock, Texas, near Austin. Authorities saying he may be traveling with the girls in this gray car. Police say they initially thought Miles was heading to Louisiana, but tips leading authorities to the other side of the country, with possible sightings in New Mexico and Colorado.
We believe they're not with Terry Allen Miles willingly.
To hear something like this is very devastating.
And we will have the very latest on the manhunt coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Marcus Moore, ABC News, Dallas.
To everyone else, I look like everyone else. But on the inside, I feel chronic, widespread pain. Fibromyalgia may be invisible to others, but my pain is real.
Fibromyalgia is thought to be caused by overactive nerves. Lyrica is believed to calm these nerves.
I'm glad my doctor prescribed Lyrica.
For some, Lyrica delivers effective relief for moderate to even severe fibromyalgia pain and improves function. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects: dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
With less pain, I can do more with my family.
Talk to your doctor today. See if Lyrica can help.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's Paris Vacation Giveaway Contest. Join us as we congratulate our grand prize winner, Heather Caston of Bradenton. She and her husband Clint are going on an amazing 6-night dream vacation for 2 to Paris, the most romantic city in the world.
Thank you, ABC7, for going to Paris.
Congratulations, Heather and Clint. We hope you have the trip of your lives. ABC7, we're here for you. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast. Hey, it may be cold outside, but we are going to tell you how some warm hearts can be found right here on Suncoast.
Plus, settling in, we'll tell you about the new Punta Gorda police chief and her goals for the next 3 months in Punta Gorda.
And a great white spotted off the coast of Tampa. We've got that story for you and much more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. It is 6:31 on Wednesday, January 3rd. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi. Not as cold today, but we add some precipitation to the menu.
We do. Yeah, kind of a cold rain out there. And the air temperature is about at 6 to 8 degrees warmer, so that's good news. Plus the wind speeds are down a little bit, so we don't have the wind chill advisories. But yeah, they got the cold rain.
It's a good nap day.
It's
right?
always a good
nap
day.
this afternoon. Just planning for that. We're already planning for nap time. Yes.
Actually, in the afternoon, things may clear up just a little bit. So, we'll get a little bit more sunshine around. So that'll be kind of nice. Haven't seen the sun. Well, we saw it for a few hours yesterday, but, it'll be nice to break into some sunshine. I have about 3 days of sunshine, I think. But guess what? Despite the sunshine, colder air is on the march. Temperatures across our region this morning, a little bit warmer, coming in the upper 40s in most locations, but there's the rain showers in progress and at times moderate to heavy across the area. Snow showers to the north, that's the colder air. The winds will be coming out of the north, and that'll draw down that colder air tonight, and we do have a freeze watch in effect for the overnight tonight. As far as the day's forecast goes, though, we'll be looking at some clearing during the afternoon and probably a little bit of sunshine by the mid-afternoon and into the evening. But the high temperature will be about the same as yesterday in the upper 50s. Complete forecast details in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Roads are indeed wet right now, so take it slowly out there. You'll see on Cortez some slowdown there in the westbound lane as you head toward Bradenton Beach, otherwise pretty clear in Manatee County. Slowdowns on either side getting in and out of Lakewood Ranch on University Parkway. Be aware of that, just east of the diverging Diamond. South County, all clear at 6:33 on your Wednesday morning.
And topping our news this half hour, the cold weather here might be grueling at times, but it's also bringing out the best in people.
Yeah, Rick Adams shows a local couple who helped a woman who is definitely in need.
Well, it does continue to be very cold out here. For one woman and her dog, she does have a warm place to stay for the time being here at this hotel, all thanks to some good Samaritans.
I couldn't possibly just leave her there alone. That's not who we are.
This is what Kayla Weston and her husband spotted Monday afternoon as temperatures were plummeting. It was a woman with her 4 dogs sitting against the wall at a gas station on State Road 64 in Bradenton. They decided to help get the woman out of the cold and got her a hotel room nearby.
We just wanted to make sure that she was safe. Got her into the motel.
The woman, Laura White-Dom, had been camping out around the gas station area in the cold temperatures for nearly 12 hours after the person she was with deserted her and her animals, stranding her. She says the kind gesture from Weston and her husband rescued her from a potentially dangerous situation.
The weather started to drop, and the little pups I tried to wrap in underwear and tried to put them in my clothes so that they would stay warm, and then it started raining and that made it worse.
In addition to the hotel room, folks have donated dog food, sneakers, and other items. White Dom tells us she's forever grateful for all those who have helped.
Speechless. it's something that I would do, helping somebody.
White Dom says none of the cold weather shelters would allow her because of the animals, so she was stuck. This is something that the Westons were surprised to hear.
There's facilities for homeless. There's facilities for homeless pets, unwanted pets. But you can't put the two together, and I don't quite understand that.
And we did reach out to Manatee County's emergency operations, but could not get an answer regarding the cold weather shelters and their policies. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And as she mentioned, animals are also trying to stay warm in these low temperatures. Manatee County Animal Services is asking for donations of gently used blankets or towels to keep some of the animals warm. Donations can be dropped off at the Palmetto Shelter. Now, Animal Services is also sending out a reminder for you pet owners. Keep your animals inside during these cold days and nights ahead. All right, happening today, a Manatee County juror in the Jimmy McNear murder case that claimed McNear couldn't get a fair trial because of a racist jury is set to appear in court today.
McNear was one of 3 men convicted in a fatal home invasion back in 2015. It was all caught on videotape. Our Marla Spence now joins us from the Manatee County Courthouse with more on this morning's session. Marla, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ray and Stephanie. You know, this is a case that we've been following from the beginning. That juror will be walking into the Manatee County Courthouse this morning for questioning after claiming racism played a part in the deliberation of a man found guilty of murder. Now, this comes after she submitted a letter to the courts back in November. That letter claims racism played a role in the deliberation of Jimmy McNear, a man who was on trial with Therese Jones and Trey Nanumbre. All 3 men broke into a home and killed Kentrell Brooks and Esther Deandis and shot them both back in 2015, and that incident was all caught on security camera. Now, in that trial, that juror claims that she was poorly treated by other jurors in the courtroom, and she says she doesn't believe that anyone on trial could have a fair trial because of their skin or color based on how she was treated in that courtroom. Now, she will be interviewed by McNear's public defender as well as a state attorney starting at 8:30 this morning. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you, Marla Spence in Bradenton. An update now in Venice, where police are getting leads in a series of suspicious car fires there. 2 separate fires at the same time on Christmas Day caught the eye of fire officials. Then this past weekend, another fire was set at the same location, bringing the total to 7 vehicles damaged. Detectives say they are talking to a suspect now and witnesses.
Typically, an offender will go to the scene, commit an arson or some type of crime, and then that's it. They'll disappear and not return. In this case, to come back 2 additional times is unique and also troublesome.
Police are also increasing patrols in the area.
Happening today, despite the cold outside, 2018 might get off to a hot start in Manatee County as the city of Bradenton is set to continue the debate on whether or not to return red light cameras to specific intersections. Now, according to the Bradenton Herald, Vice Mayor Gene Brown plans to resume talks today at the city's first workshop of the year, starting at 9 a.m. at City Hall. Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan is also expected to present crash statistics at the workshop. Now, this is going to help determine the most dangerous intersections in that city. Now, the city stopped using those red light cameras back in 2016 after officials were upset with their previously chosen locations.
A follow-up now to the first day on the job for the new police chief in Punta Gorda. Pamela Davis says she plans to spend the first 3 months assessing the department. She also has to focus on community policing. Davis replaced Tom Lewis, who was fired last year after one of his officers accidentally shot and killed a citizen. Davis moved here from the Baltimore Police Department. For more on that story and other breaking news alerts, go to check out our new app. The App Store has it for you. WWSB or My Suncoast Android users will get the update sent to your phone automatically.
All right, we'll insert the theme of the movies, of the Jaws movies here. Mote Marine Laboratory keeps track of sharks in our area through its O-Search research program. It's a fascinating program. And they tracked one great white, and it's lingering in waters not too far from the Suncoast. Check this out. Mote scientists tagged a group of sharks several years ago. Now, in an effort to learn more about preserving and balancing our ecosystems. Well, one of those is a great white, Miss Costa, who was recently spotted off the coast of Tampa. She's 12 feet, nearly 1,700 pounds. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Good.
I had to get that in there. I love that. We were talking earlier. You can go online to O-Search and you can adopt a shark, which is kind of nice. That's one of the ways that they fund that. I adopted a shark for my daughter as well on her birthday one year.
Did you really?
Yep.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. You get a stuffed shark, you get a certificate, you get like tracking information. I said stuffed shark. You can get a tracking information so you can keep track of the shark as well. And it's all donated money to a good cause.
What a great idea.
Yes.
Your daughter's into biology, so that all works, right?
Yes.
I looked at the track of that shark. It was fascinating. It started out this summer. It was near Massachusetts.
It's amazing to see like where they migrate and how far they can swim in a day or even a week.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's good.
More frequent flight over miles than I do.
That's right.
Amazing. So we have some rain showers in progress across the region. We also have some advisories up for some very cold weather coming our way. We'll talk about that in just a few.
And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we've got the latest for you in that first alert traffic, and it's a new movement that is trending on social media.
We'll tell you about dry January when we come back. No? All right, Stephanie.
Hey!
Don't take part then. Here's a peek outside the window in Jacksonville, where they're experiencing some rain there as well, and obviously some chilly temperatures. We'll have John's local forecast when we come back.
Hi, I'm Chef Alan. This is Chef Bob from Publix Aprons Cooking School. Bob, what are we doing today?
We're going to do one of our recipes from our cooking classes, and this is going to be a lobster mac and cheese. So I'm going to kind of get right into it because there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're going to make something called a white sauce, a bechamel sauce, and we're going to turn it into a Mornay sauce, a cheese sauce. We're going to make lobster mac and cheese. In here I have a roux, butter and flour, equal parts fat and flour. I already have that cooked. This is a blonde roux, okay? It's a very light colored roux. We don't want to cook it long. What we're going to add to this when you're making something like a bechamel sauce is a little milk, not heavy cream, some milk. Alan is going to mix that around for me some. And this is not going to thicken up. If you're making this, if you're making like a bechamel sauce or a mac and cheese at home and you're thickening it up with the roux, it's not going to thicken up till it comes to a boil. All right? Now this may not come to a boil in the time we have, but we're going to kind of make believe here for you. Now what we do is after this comes to a boil, we're going to add a little nutmeg to this. All right? We're going to add a little hot sauce, whatever kind you like. Of course, I like sriracha, a little hot sauce, and a little Publix Dijon mustard, all right? If I can get it open. A little mustard in there, all right? So now, once you put that in, you season it with a little bit of salt, all right? And it calls for white pepper. We're not big white pepper fans up here, so we're going to put some black pepper in there, all right? Now, once it's, you can see now it's starting to thicken up.
Yes, it is.
And then we just add a little bit more milk to it. And then what you do, once this cooks, you taste it for seasoning, all right? You don't want to put too much more salt in it because we're going to put cheese in. Now, we're going to put some Boursin cheese in there, all right? We are going to put a little bit of a Swiss cheese and a little Parmesan cheese. Then what you do, we're getting there, aren't we?
We're getting there,
Then
aren't
what
we?
we do is we are going to take our pasta and our lobster, and we're just going to do it.
Beautiful. Our cooking school classes are always a lot of fun. For more information to sign up and visit us, go to publix.com/cooking schools.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order.
I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Here's a live look in Bradenton. You can see the slippery surfaces on the roadways where we've had some moderate rain falling at times this morning. And in fact, across the region, we have spotty rain showers in progress. So it's a First Alert weather day. You can always check out where those rain showers are with your First Alert weather app. Just search your app store for the WWSB First Alert weather app, and you'll have radar in your purse or pocket as you head out the door. 46 degrees in Bradenton, Parish at 46, Lakewood Ranch at 47, Longboat at 50, Sarasota at 46, 49 in Venice, 50 in Inglewood, 49 Arcadia, Wauchula at 48, and 47 degrees Mayaca. Warmer than yesterday and less wind, so we don't have the wind chill. But we certainly have some rain showers around. Just about to get another round of showers along our coastline, really from Manatee all the way down to Lee County, those showers approaching the coastline. And another batch of showers still out in Gulf waters. Those showers will be approaching us as well through about mid-morning into the lunchtime hour when they'll start to end, and we'll start to break out, I think, in the afternoon into a little sunshine. Snow showers to the north of us. Pretty unusual to have winter storm advisories, but we have numerous spotter reports of ice on the ground up north between Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Locally, as I mentioned, those rain showers are kind of moderate to light in nature, but they're the dangerous showers, really. The heavy deluge downpours of summer-like rains wash away the oils from roadways pretty quickly, but these light rain showers bring those oils to the surface and make for pretty slippery surfaces. So keep that in the back of your mind as you head out this morning on your morning commute. Scattered cloud cover is thick in places across the region as it moves across the Florida Peninsula, but later in the day we'll see some clearing. The reason is the low pressure area producing these snow showers and mostly ice to the north of us will be lifting northward. And as it does that, that low pressure area will help produce a more northerly wind flow and a breezier wind flow for us in the second half of the day. That'll draw down that colder air as the kind of inclement weather moves away. So we'll get lots of sunshine over the next several days, but it's going to be cold. In fact, colder than we have seen so far this week. Rain ends by lunch, mostly cloudy and cool, and then cooler tonight. In fact, much cooler. Watch the clouds kind of part on our future cast as we head into tomorrow, even tonight, and that will allow for the clear radiational cooling. Plus, the winds picking up just a little bit will allow for a wind chill advisory to be in effect for tomorrow morning across our region. It'll feel like 35 or lower tomorrow morning. And in inland areas of Hardee County, there'll be a freeze watch up for tonight. Could be changed to a freeze warning depending on how things progress this morning. And that means you could have temperatures in inland Hardee County of 28 to 32 degrees for 3 hours or more. So chilly conditions on the way. Winds breezy this afternoon for you boaters, northeast at about 20. And then over the course of the afternoon, we'll watch for the clouds to give way to some clearer skies, but it'll be a cold night tonight, especially inland. And then over the next several nights, cold temperatures in the 30s during the nighttime hours, despite the sunshine. A little bit of a warm up over the weekend, and then some rain showers next work week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Here's a look outside. Your first alert traffic this morning. It is definitely starting to pick up if you're headed out and about this morning. You've got your usual slowdowns if you're headed into Manatee County from Palmetto or Ellington. Now, if you're headed into North County, you've got a couple slowdowns out there as well. Those usual ones if you're coming in or out of Lakewood Ranch right there at University Parkway, as well as a little bit of a slowdown on Bee Ridge. Now, if you're headed into South Sarasota County, again, not looking too bad out there. That's your one good spot. There is some rainy spots out there, so make sure you do take it a little slower if you're headed out and about this morning. All right, in today's Health Smart, the hashtag Dry January is all over social media right now.
And the annual movement is trending as there is a new push for more people to give up drinking alcohol for the entire month. Dry January is meant to help people control their relationship with alcohol and helps drive the conversation about drinking and overindulging. The three major reasons the movement's creators say you should take part are to lose weight, sleep better, and also save money. There's also an app you can download during Dry January to see how much money and how many calories you're saving by staying sober. For details, go to the alcoholconcern.org.uk.
All right, which that's fascinating too. Just do it for 1 month and see what happens.
You gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it for 1 month, sure, absolutely.
Up next, your day's top local news headlines, and a Texas man wanted to start the new year on a generous note.
We're gonna tell you how he changed the life of his favorite waiter when we come back.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
It is 6:54, and here are some of the top stories that we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
Police in Venice are talking to a suspect now in a string of car fires since Christmas Day. They've also increased patrols around South Warfield area.
Plus, the city of Bradenton is set to continue the debate on whether or not to return red light cameras to specific intersections. The city stopped using those red light cameras in 2016 after officials were upset with their previously chosen locations.
And Punta Gorda's new police chief says her immediate goal is to assess the force over the next 3 months and also start invoking community policing. Chief Pamela Davis comes from the Baltimore Police Department. Checking first alert traffic. Nothing major to speak of as far as traffic jams go, just some wet roads, so do take it slowly as you head outside the door, John.
Indeed, the radar is showing a few scattered showers across the region. Also, we have some watches up for tonight, a freeze watch for Hardee County for tonight, and a wind chill advisory as well. But here's the good news. If you look at some of the model forecasts over time, the weekend looks warmer, so take heart.
Very nice. Finally, a man in Houston starts the new year on a right note by helping others. Edward Pollard posted a video on Facebook where he gave his favorite waiter a car. Pollard described the man as the kind who brings a smile to your face, and when he saw the waiter at the bus stop sitting there, he gave him a car. Now he is sharing this story, hoping to inspire others to do nice things for others if you can.
What a great way to start the new year,
nice.
too. You set the pace.
I recall I was once the last client of the day for a massage therapist in Virginia years ago. Don't worry, it's a good story. And I said, let me give you a ride. Where are you going? He went to the bus stop. I said, let me give you a ride. Where are you going? He said, I'm going to the bar.
Oh, what did you get?
I'll drop you off.
See, that's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts, right?
Absolutely.
Think warm thoughts.
Absolutely.
There he goes. Well, stay dry out there. Here's a live shot from downtown Bradenton, Manatee Avenue. As cars head west. Slick roads out there right now.
That is right. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.